Start. So, good afternoon students. Today I am going to teach you one of the important chapters of English grammar, and that you know as subject-verb agreement. You should have a fair idea about what is subject and what is verb and what is agreement. My dear friends, my dear students, as you know that subject is the doer of any action. What is subject? Yes, you are right. It is the doer of any action. What do you mean by verb? It denotes the action word. Now, if there is no connection between subject and verb, definitely a sentence loses its essence, as well as that particular sentence will lose its meaning. So definitely we are going to concentrate on the agreement which is in between subject and verb. So today I am going to teach you one of the important chapters, and that is related to subject-verb agreement. Very simple rules are there to be followed by you students. Rule number 1, just mind it. Rule number 1 says that singular subject takes singular verb. Just let me explain that with an example. For example, if we are writing that he plays cricket. Now what do you mean by this one? Here subject is he. As you know that he is known as third person singular number. That's why you have to write here plays, because third person singular number takes V5. So he is regarded as subject, as well as plays denote the verb. There is an agreement in between subject and verb. Third person singular number takes V5. This is the first rule. Very simple to remember, that singular subject takes singular verb. Now we just replace he by they. At that particular place you have to write they play cricket. You are not supposed to use plays. Why? Very simple reason is behind that. He is replaced by they. Now singular subject has been replaced by plural subject. At that particular time your verb will be also taken and you are considered as plural. So you are supposed to write he plays cricket and they play cricket. Rule number 1, once again, singular subject takes singular verb, plural subject takes plural verb. Coming up to rule number 2. Very simple. In our daily life, there are so many subjects, they have their own identity. Actually, when they are combined together with the word conjunction, as we say and, but both the words are connected by and, referring to same idea, at that time you were supposed to use the verb, and that is singular by nature. Now definitely you want some examples? Of course, I am here to give you an example. For example, if we write like that, slow and steady. Now after that, we are not supposed to write when. Why? Because slow is a different kind of word, steady, different word. They are joined by and, but finally they are referring same idea. Now according to the rule, if two different subjects are joined by and, referring to same idea, in that case the verb will be singular. So we have to write slow and steady wins the race. Got it? Now moving on to second example. Any other example you would like to give it to me? If you do not know, let me tell you one thing. Another example is there. For example, you can also write bread and butter. Bread is a different food item as well as butter, but when they are combined together by the word and, they refer to same meaning. At that time it's a complete dish like bread and butter. After that you are supposed to use is, you are not to use are over there, because once again the rule says if two different subjects are there combined by and, referring to same idea, then the verb will always denote the singular one. So already we have gone through two rules. Just recapitulating the rules. First rule says that singular subject takes singular verb and plural subject takes plural verb. And the second one, two different objects just combining with and, they refer to same idea. At that time the verb will be singular. Now rule number 3. Rule number 3 says that if a sentence starts with each, every. Each and every, if a sentence starts with each and every, definitely it denotes the singular subject. And if we consider singular subject, the verb will be also singular by nature. For example, each boy and each blurred. Now you cannot be confused that boy is there as well as girl. But my dear students, you have to take into consideration, but both the words are preceded by a word and that is known by each. Now each always denotes singular. After that you are supposed to write is in place of are. Now if there is any confusion regarding two different identities are there, for example boy is there as well as girl, but we do not mind about that. We should be concentrating only in the one word and that is each, that is always followed by boy or girl. At that time we have to use the singular verb over there. Rule number 4, very special rule. This rule, on the basis of this rule, there are so many questions which appear in the examination like competitive examination. As you know, there are so many competitive examinations like bank PO, bank clerical, SSC and all these things. This rule is applied to a larger extent. For example, there is a combination of words like either or, as you can also say either or. If two different subjects are joined by either or, at that particular case, verb agrees the nearest subject. If we write this example, just take an example, either Ram or his friends. Now here you can clearly see that two subjects are there. First subject is Ram, singular by nature, and the second subject is friends, plural by nature. And after that, a verb is to be placed. Now, according to the rule, that verb will definitely agree the nearest subject. Now, according to this sentence, the nearest subject is his friends. So, as you know, his friends is considered as plural subject. Definitely, the verb will be are in place of is. So once again, I am just explaining the rule. If two subjects are joined by either or, then the verb agrees the nearest one. Now, if these subjects are exchanged, for example, Ram will be placed later on and his friends will be placed in front, at that particular time, your verb will be is. Why is it so? Very simple reason. According to the rule, the verb will agree the nearest one. In the second example, Ram will be the nearest subject. At that time, the verb will be taken as singular. Okay. Break.